Hey everyone, welcome to the Incredible Eye Show. I'm your host, Peg Tuttle. Super happy to welcome you all here today. And it is my pleasure to welcome Tim Rowe, architect of many things over at IBM, to the call. Welcome, Tim.
Hey, Peg, great to see you again. Yeah, glad to be here.
I know we've got a lot of really cool things to talk about, but
There is so much going on. It's craziness.
I know I love it. But I wanted to maybe just have you talk a little bit about, Tim and what you've been up to before
Hmm.
we talk about.
Oh, the Bob. Yeah, so what's going on in my life? My wife and I, we're doing fantastic. We're rolling up on 37 years of marriage, which is fabulous. We are officially empty. We've been empty nesters for a little bit. Our
Nice.
baby graduates from college in a couple of weeks. So that's been fun. So yeah, this spring we have a graduation from college. The oldest daughter, she's getting married this spring as well. So
Nice.
lots of fun stuff going on there. We just got back from Colorado last weekend.
Lovely.
My older
Lovely.
son was like, "Hey, come out to Colorado and I'll take you skiing for your birthday." So, hey, when your old adult kids call you and say, "Hey, come hang out together," what do?
Yeah.
You go and hang out together. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we did. So we've been doing great. It's been really well. The soccer season is fast approaching.
Nice.
So yeah,
You'll get outside and
I'll
get a
start
good
running
workout
around and
in.
roughing soccer. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I know.
Exactly.
I know. And your son, he's still doing that, right?
Yes. Yep. He has matter of fact, I think today he actually has a college game today. So anyways, junior
Nice.
college or something like that. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Good on you. Well, we're super happy to welcome you here. I know you've been busy talking about Bob, showing Bob. I mean, all of this really started last fall at Tech Exchange and with a little announcement there. But let's just talk a little bit about that because you guys made that shift from from Watson, Watson X for IBM I.
Yeah, it was
I
Watson.
don't think
Yep.
I have the
Watson
right
X
title there,
Code
but
Assist. Yeah, Watson X Code Assist for I.
mhm,
Yep.
toss that out. And
We got bobbed. That's really what happened. So we were so I like to say my life has been bobbed, but you know, yeah, so it was actually a really exciting time. So for me, my world started back in probably September. We got access to this new project that some secret team in IBM had been working on to create a new AI tool for software development, not just a coding assistant. The intention was much broader than that. So we got access to that, and it was rather humorous. We got early access because we were told, "Hey, go see what this thing is compared to what we've been working on for the past, 6, 8 months."
yeah.
So it was fun. Edmund and I, we sat down to go play with it. We were going to spend like a half an hour on it. We ended up spending 5 hours,
Oh my
and both
gosh.
of our wives yelled at us and said, "Yo, you're done. Time for supper." It was actually rather fun.
Yeah.
And the reason it was so fun is because every time we tried something else, it was like, "Oh, it works. Let's
Yeah.
try this. Oh, that works. Oh, let's go try this." And so we ended up going all sorts of different directions. And so basically the bottom line was, while the stuff that we were working on with the Watson Code Assist was really targeted only at trying to understand RPG,
Yeah.
and it was really understanding really just modern RPG, Bob turns out, because of the way it's designed and the language models that it's using, it can handle ancient RPG, new RPG, COBOL, DDS, SQL, CL. It does a
Mhm.
pretty good job with all of that. So not just the understanding, but also the ability to actually do some of the refactoring projects that are really important to our
Mhm.
community.
Mhm.
So
Quickly, I'm
Bob, it
just
is.
Bob on.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I'm just thinking like, yeah, I'm sure you've had a few, companies approach you with some very
Hmm.
legacy, and I think it's fair to say it's legacy code. You know, what's been some of the oldest code you've seen?
Oh, there's certainly some System 36 code.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
I know,
this
surprise.
is the part of our company that is, or our community that's crazy is, yeah, we have way too many companies that are still running System 36 RPG and still developing code like it's 1984.
I mean,
It's a
great
real thing.
clothes, great hair, great music. I mean, the 80s
I
were
mean,
where it was at.
they
But
were a great
come on.
year, but we shouldn't be developing code. You know,
No.
I just got done with a call minutes before I joined you with a customer, and I asked them, "So what are you guys using for source control?" And the guy goes, kind of very sheepishly, "We don't have any source control." And this is a major company, but that's because of the heritage of our platform. Anyways,
Mhm. And
this
that's
is
fair.
where we have an opportunity to really change the conversation,
Mhm.
unlike we've ever had before.
Mhm. So with that said, I mean, they don't have source control. Then is that where Bob is going to step in and help them? Is that going to be a use case?
Oh, yeah, so absolutely. So one of the things that's great about Bob is Bob can help provide you with information, first off, and it can help you with different tasks that you want to complete. So if I have, so let's just take a brief example. If I've got a piece of old RPG 2 code or RPG 3 code, huh, and right, I mean, and I'm going to hire somebody new out of college, they're not going to be able to read this stuff. But if I want to make changes to it, you either need to have somebody that's got grayer hair than I do, or who's been doing it for years because they can maybe dive in and understand the code. But if you have a tool that can give you that understanding, here's the flow. Here's, if I need to make a specific change, but I need to change this field from 4 characters to 6 characters.
Oh my.
That could be a simple change
Mhm.
or a scary change. If I
Mhm.
don't have understanding, it's scary as heck. If I have understanding and I can see where it's used everywhere across my app, it becomes much easier.
Yeah.
And this is where some of these AI tools can both give you understanding and also help you with the tasks that you want to accomplish.
Yeah, that reducing the risk, right? Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
about risk
Yep.
reduction, and
Yep.
it can create tests. It can help you with, oh, the 4-letter word test.
Mhm.
Nobody wants to do that. Yep.
Or document, which is a
Oh,
much longer
yeah.
word, but nobody
That's it.
wants to do that either.
Nobody wants to do that either.
I love developers. So yeah. Yeah. So many great things. So we're gonna just peel back the layer on this big onion called Bob, and you're gonna do a live demo. So you've got something we can walk through. We're gonna show
I've got, I've,
folks.
I've got all sorts of stuff.
All right. Yeah. Kinda, I
Yeah.
know
So let's,
you're an energizer bunny and you move really quick. So maybe just slow it down a little bit for all of our folks, you know. Oh, there it is. All right. Can everybody see that? I can see it.
yeah, there you go.
Nice.
So
Talk about the screen
I've
here.
got, yeah. So what Bob is an integrated development environment. It's an IDE, first off. What we've done is we've taken and we've forked the VS Code support. So if for those that have been using VS Code, this will look very familiar.
Yeah.
We've also, because it's a fork of VS Code, all of our code for plugins that we've been working on and talking about all apply. I've got them all built into my Bob environment. So the cool thing is, while I could go get VS Code and add the code for plugins, if I want to use Bob, I don't need to do that anymore because Bob includes it all.
Nice.
So that's a win.
That's a huge win.
Yeah. So now for me, while I have VS Code on my Mac, I don't actually ever use it anymore because I do everything here in Bob because
So,
it has all the VS Code stuff
okay.
built in.
So customers are going to be able to, and we'll talk a little bit more about licensing, but they will be able to install Bob
On their PC.
on their PC, access
Yep.
their IBM I and their the different products that they're running. Okay, talk. Yeah.
Yep.
What is
Yep. So, so let's just clarify a couple of points.
that,
So
please?
the GA for Bob is March 24. When Bob GAs, you'll get this VS Code environment. You'll get your beautiful little Bob window where Bob can rock his head back and forth and say hello. And this is where I have the opportunity to interact with Bob. Right. So,
Yeah.
If I want to go, let's go bring up a piece of code here that might be maybe not a physical file. Let's go look at an RPG program. So I got this beautiful RPG2 program, and this is where I can Now, right now, I've taken all of my source and I've put it up into my workspace. So I've copied it from my IBM I. It's now in my VS Code workspace.
Okay.
Once it's there, Bob can now view it, read it, manipulate it, do all of the normal development things that you'd want.
Mm-hmm.
We do have, so unfortunately at the GA version, Bob can't use our beautiful little connector here that we have that's part of the VS Code to read your source in a source physical file member. That's coming in the additional follow-on, which is called the premium package for I, which will be coming in second quarter.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of cool stuff that's coming with that. That's a future statement. So,
okay, we can come back and.
But even with the GA stuff, right? If I have access to it, now, if you're using Git, then you're in great shape because most people just clone the Git repo into their source, into their workspace anyways. So it's easy peasy. But this is where I can go and say, hey, Bob, can you create? Actually, I'm going to switch over to the plan mode here. Create a design doc, include program flow and data diagram. For, let's do a file. I'll select this one. Now you notice I'm typing Tim. I'm not typing in English.
Yeah.
So the cool part is Bob understands Tim. So
I love it.
He took the Tim and he, actually translated it to real English.
Nice. Comprehensive design.
So one of the things that is interesting about Bob really goes, and the idea of human in the middle and approval is very important. So Bob is asking for permission to read the contents of this display file because it's referenced in this program.
Okay.
And it needs context.
Yeah.
If it's going to create the design doc, it needs a little bit more context. So let's approve that.
Okay.
It's going to go ahead.
Working. He's got a little handle,
right.
Our hammer.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what happened.
So he wants to search the directory for the call. So who's calling this program? Because he wants to, again, understand context a little bit better.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll go ahead and let him do that. So Bob's going to go off and search all these programs in this thing. And he found that this program must be the one that's calling it. So he wants to go read it. So let's go read that program.
And again, this is all RPG2.
It's all RPG2.
Old
Every
stuff.
bit of it. All this old stuff. Now, in order to complete the task, right, if we remember, which is the design doc, it's going to create a to-do list. Here's the steps that it's going to take. Now, me as the, senior developer in this relationship, I can say, yeah, this looks like a good flow, or, yeah, you know what? Let's do something different here. I can make changes. I'm going to just go ahead and approve it. I will make note, you can do auto approval on all of these different things.
Sure.
I don't like to do that because I want to understand what Bob is doing. And granted, it slows me down a little bit, but it's not that much. Okay, let's go approve that. So it's actually going to go read some of the other design documents that I may or may not have created up here as well. So
okay.
So now he's going to go create. He has enough content. So now Bob's going to get to work. So Bob is now creating a markdown file for this specific program. Right? It's got an overview. files, data, flow, subroutines, business logic, screen layout, function keys, integration points. So pretty comprehensive.
Yeah.
And we'll just let Bob go here and percolate for a little bit. This will probably take, 2-3 minutes. So if we're going to
Not
go
bad.
I'll get a sip of coffee. I'm going to get a sip of
I
coffee.
know, right?
Mhm.
Well, it's working.
Yeah, Bob's doing the heavy lifting right now.
Yeah. What kind of like, as Bob is going through this, what are we talking about, like from a time savings? Just, it's got to be
Yeah.
days, months, maybe years.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, now for me personally, since, I don't read, truth in advertisement, right? You know, I, while I own RPG, I don't necessarily read some of this older RPG stuff. I mean, if I look at some of these older pieces of code, I don't know what this dumb stuff means. I don't need to. So it could take days, weeks, months to
Yeah.
go create something like this. So if you think about, let's go up to here. Let's go take a look at what it's gone and created. So I'm going to look at it in pretty mode. I'm going to take the markdown and convert it to a PDF, if you will. So
Nice.
here's the details, right? So I get,
Yep.
if you think about what it put together here, it digested it. It gave me the overview, right? Its
Yeah.
purpose. What are the parameters? Okay, that one's pretty easy. Parameter usage, again, pretty easy. There's a file, display file that's used. Okay, we can see that. Gives me my data structures, and here's my name constant. So it's basically gone and looked. These are the constants that are in here, the hex values that are used, and a description. Oh, that's weird. I definitely know what these might be used for. Main processing logic, detailed processing steps. There's some subroutines in here. Ooh, subroutines. That sounds like something we should convert to procedures. There's F3, 12. Now let's keep going down. Here we go. Right. It gives me a data flow diagram.
Oh
So
my
it shows
gosh.
me, right, the flow of how the data works its way through the program. From the beginning, what's going on, out to the end. Here's the screen layout.
Nice.
So,
Amazing.
right, so if I were to go look at this, it's a green screen app, obviously,
Yeah.
and this is what my green screen would probably look like. So anyways, all of this stuff, and Bob did that in
Minutes.
just a couple minutes here while we sat here and I drank coffee.
And chatted about it.
Now, one of the things that comes up, right? Okay, how much did it cost me? Obviously, in time savings, this saved me a day, 2 days worth of time. I mean, if I worked on this nonstop,
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, we're talking for some people that could be thousands of dollars, a day.
Right?
So
A day, right? And it cost me 0.21 Bob coins. And I forget what the cost of a Bob coin is. If it's I don't know if it's 50 cents or $1 or whatever the case may be. It's somewhere in that neighborhood. I forget. But it cost me pennies to do this. Pennies.
Yeah. And I guess what kind of, okay, so let's talk about this. Okay. It's sitting in RPG2 now. And
Yep.
you have the option to do what with it? You can convert it. You can.
Oh, sure.
So talk about that. Okay, I've got this. Companies are going to use Bob. They're going to see how the programs are documented. They're going to create these workflows. They're going to do whatever. And then they're going to do what? They're going to convert it all. They're going to go, hey, thanks for the time, Bob. Or,
well, you can do with it what you want. One, I've got now a very detailed understanding of this program. I also went and created an entire preview or document of this entire application. All right. So here's the high level architect there's like 45 programs that are part of this, 25 display files. I mean, it's not a massive application, but it's more than some.
yep.
my data diagram. How does the data all fit together?
Yeah.
An entity relation diagram, right? The database tables. And then down here, this is the part that I like. My application flow. So I've got the main flow, and then it talks about business flows within it. I've got to create reservation. And it's calling, these are the steps, these are the programs. If I were to make this a little bigger, if I can't make it bigger. But if you look really carefully, right, you can see down here, these are the programs that are being called as part of this flow. It's just detailing it all along.
Play. I know, it's crazy.
And this is cool stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the whole Flight 400 app that was used in the red books from, I don't know, 300 years ago or something like that. So if we go back to our little programmy here, what do I want to do with this next?
Yeah.
Right? This is where, well, let's go convert it to freeform.
And it can just do that.
It can. This is where, until we get the premium package, you might need to give it some explicit instructions.
Okay.
Because there are certain things that are probably used in this era. So, for example, there could be some I specs in here. There could be some O specs. And if there are, there are no equivalents to that in freeform. So you need to take another action, which is to convert those to DDS files or print files. You want to convert procedures to subroutines to procedures. So that's where I might want to give Bob some explicit instruction in my prompt so that Bob doesn't go off and wander and get things wrong.
Okay.
Right?
So, with that said, so initially you had the whole thing documented, and as a part of that documenting, can it call out those things that you don't know about? You know what I mean?
Sure. Absolutely.
How am I going to know?
Absolutely.
I'm a new programmer, a new developer. I don't know that kind of stuff. So
now,
can Bob say, hey,
this is where the premium package would actually assist with that significantly, because we've built that into some of the stuff.
Okay, that's fair.
Done with that.
Okay. Because I think that there's going to be a lot of, kids coming out of college, that are going to, inherit some of these products, and they're going to need how to know what those things are. I mean, they might not know initially, but how are we going to educate them, right?
Totally. That's really where, I was hoping we'd have the premium package, right out the get-go. Unfortunately, that's not an option. Oh.
But that's okay.
I see the problem. I'm going to switch to my code mode.
So that Bob, you were in what? Plan mode?
I was in plan mode.
Okay.
So Bob doesn't write any code. So plan is for analyzation requirements, research, design, implementation, any of that kind of stuff. Code is for, writing and modifying code. Advanced gives you the full, end-to-end process. Ask is for asking questions and getting explanations.
Perfect.
You can also coordinate tasks across multiple nodes with the orchestrator. Now, this is the stuff that's all part of the base Bob support.
Yeah.
You'll notice I've got a couple of others that are showing up on here, right?
Yeah.
The developer, modernization, impacts, DBE. Oh, there's that 4-letter word again. These are all modes that we are working on. My team's working on that are the IBM I-centric development. This is part of the premium package.
Okay.
Is this stuff.
Okay.
So that's all stuff that will be coming in the future.
Okay. That's a nice little preview, everybody. If you got, a shot of that drop down that he just showed. So thanks, Tim. We'll have to
see? Ooh.
Yeah. I know, right? I know.
Yep.
So when the premium package comes out in Q2, we'll have to have you back on and just walk through some of that stuff. Because modernization is at the forefront of everybody's development.
Yeah.
Strategic efforts going forward. So, yeah. Okay, so now you've got it.
So I've gone and added to, have added to his to-do list. I'll convert this program from fixed to free, converting iSpecs to display file definitions, OSPEC to print file. This program doesn't have any OSPECs. Oh, hey, there you go.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Mhm.
And subroutines to procedures, right? So what's it going to do? It's going to first convert the fixed format to free, convert the iSpecs to so it's going to create a display file for me.
Okay. I noticed that we've got green dots and then we've got open dots. So is that as it's going
Yeah.
through its process, it's checking the checklist then?
Checking off the to-do list. So basically the to-do list that I started, which included the design doc, I just added to the to-do list. It's completed the first part. Now it's on to what's next. So I will go ahead and approve this. So at this point, it's going to go and you'll see it. There it is. Do the work. I'm going to convert this from fixed to free. Boom to boom.
Nice.
And it's created a new file. You notice here on the left side, the old one was RPG. The new one, it's smart enough. It's RPGLE.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
That's awesome.
Because it's now an ILE program. So there we go. We've got the document. It's largely, I'd like to point something else out that I think is really cool. Right? If I come over here to this, nope, that's not the one I wanted. This one, right? If I scroll down, the comments are just these over here to the far right. They're not particularly well documented now, right? Look, I've got data structures, constants. I get procedures. I get like almost real documentation as well.
Amazing. So I got to ask, is it built into this version that a customer can actually do all of the documentation on their programs and their applications? Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, the beauty of what we're doing here with the base Bob support, the base Bob support has all the capabilities to do what you want it to do. But you may have to be very explicit and provide more verbiage to truly make certain that Bob does what you want it to do. And to make certain that what you're doing is IBM I centric. So, we've seen some examples where, Bob doesn't know about SQL services necessarily, but if I pointed at the SQL services documentation, or if I give it an example of a program that's using SQL services and say, hey, I want to use this, can you add this to this program? Bob is excellent at that kind of stuff. But if I just go off and say, hey, Bob, go give me the list of active jobs on the system, it might not know about the QSys2 active job info SQL service. That'll come with the iMode support, with the premium package, where we have some of that very centric support built in. So that's where the accuracy level of Bob is going to go up significantly when we get that.
Okay.
And the amount of work you need to do to tell it how to do the job goes down.
Okay. Okay. And that's coming in the premium package. Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be second quarter.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but that's pretty cool. So I had a question, but then I forgot, but I'll come back to it. I'm sure it'll. Oh, that I remember it. Okay. So will Bob get to know me? Like Tim mode, will he get to know, like a lot of the chats out there, ChatGPT, Grok, all of them, they know your personality after a while. And
and that's actually really scary and probably something that should make you really concerned. Because if that's happening, what's happening is the AI tool is storing away information
about me. Yeah.
About you, about how you do things. And one of the things that's different about Bob is completely designed with the enterprise customer in mind. So it's from the ground up secure. What does that look like? Well, that's one of the reasons we forked our version of VS Code. So we could control the conversation from the time it's on my PC through the AI journey and back, and ensure that your code, your PI stays yours.
Okay.
None of this code is used by anything else in the AI. The AI doesn't learn about it. The AI won't use it to improve itself. And I get my own session in IBM Cloud that is being used when it's processing this data. And when I'm done, that session is thrown away.
It's gone like
So
paper.
So the good news is, so this is the good and bad, right? So Bob doesn't necessarily learn my behaviors because I get a clean sheet every time. But there are ways that you can have Bob keep track of what your behaviors might be. So you can create,
Yes.
we'll call them behavior files. If I have a coding style document,
Yeah.
I can, right, Gil, right? So
Yeah.
I can go have Bob create one of those for me that's got my coding style.
Mhm.
And now Bob will keep that and
Yeah,
be
I
able to
think
use that in the future.
yeah, absolutely. And I think that's helpful, while
Oh,
having
absolutely.
that kind of a I don't want to say relationship, but it's a relationship. I mean,
Well,
you code a certain way. You have things that
you
you
may
like
have
done a
company
certain way.
standards.
Mhm.
You may have
Yeah.
company standards
Yeah, for
where you
sure.
want, certain styles to be adhered to. And those are things that you can tell Bob to do.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
Bob will take it, and it's something you can share with the other people in your development
Mhm.
world as well. Yep.
No, I think that's important. So talk about security a little bit. You just touched on it, that, you create
So,
when you're working in your instance in the cloud, and then when you're done.
yep.
So you upload your source code, you work on it, and
So let's just talk to the whole flow of
yeah,
this, just so
please.
the logistics. Absolutely. So first off, I have a client installed on my PC.
Mhm.
That is Bob. The client, it's a VS Code client. We have a workspace. So right within my workspace, it's basically, I've got a directory on my PC that has all this source code in it. And Bob is reading and writing to that directory.
Mhm.
That's what's happening from that perspective. But in order for Bob to do some of these tasks, right? You
Yeah.
know, create a comprehensive design document, it's going to have to read the contents of these files, and those are going to be then sent up into the large language model to do the magic processing to give you your results. But all of the AI processing is done in IBM Cloud. So that data gets securely translated, is all TLS enabled, gets securely set up to my session in the cloud. And then the LLM goes about its business, does its thing, does its whatever, and it returns it back to my desktop. So everything in the LLM, that's my stuff. It's secured. Nobody else can get to it.
Yeah.
Stuff on my laptop, it's on my laptop. And any conversations in between are encrypted.
Nice. And then when you're
So
done,
it is a SaaS model, meaning,
okay.
there's no on-prem version today. Maybe in the future we'll have something. But today it's a
The
cloud-based solution.
cloud solution. Mm. And then so it's available to small shops, 1 or 2
It's
developers,
available to everybody.
everybody
So
up to the size.
let's go talk about that.
Mhm.
Um, is this going to be published on the 24th? Is that the plan for the publish of this session?
I can do that. That's next week. Yeah.
It's next Tuesday.
Yeah.
So if we decide to do that, one of the things that I can talk about is there's multiple different purchasing models available. So let's go to that for a
Oh,
second.
there we go. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I can't share this until GA. So I can share this on the 24th. But there's the individual purchase plans. I can go to the Bob website. I can get a free 30-day trial. And I'll get 40 Bob coins. Whoop, go back. What?
Okay.
Touch the button.
Yeah, I know.
I can get there's the Pro, Plus, and Ultimate, where me or you, individual, swipe my credit card. It's going to cost me $20 a month. I can get 40, 60, or 40, 160, or 50 Bob coins, depending on how much I want to spend. These coins that I get are good for 1 month. At the end of the month, the Bob coins expire, and I will have a new monthly subscription, right? This is where you'll have a monthly subscription plan.
Yep. And you can accumulate leftover Bob coins. So use your coins up, people.
Yep. Use it or lose it.
Yep. Okay.
If you want to have accumulation, if you want to have the ability to manage coins from that perspective, that's the enterprise plan.
Okay.
This is where you will go to your IBM sales team and you will get a quote from IBM where and again, the 20 per user per month, I think that again, don't quote me if that's right or not, but IBM sales team will give you a quote and they will quote you for a number of users with a collection of coins, and you can purchase that. It's a subscription, but I think it's like you can get yearly or whatever the case may be.
Okay. And it
depends on how many users and pools, because again, how many coins do you want to use? Now, we think the sweet spot is this Pro Plus plan. So roughly a developer doing his job on a regular basis is roughly going to be between 100 and 200 Bob coins. So that's 160 Bob coins a month.
Do you think...
So just to give you a quick look at that.
Yeah.
Right. I converted this program and did the document, and I haven't even used a half a Bob coin. Not even a half.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
No, I think that's, cost effective for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So this is something that's ready to go Tuesday. Woohoo!
Nice. Yes. All right. Yeah. I'll either have it released on Tuesday or, Wednesday or Thursday right afterwards. So we'll definitely get it out there. But I had a question like, oh, dang it. A senior moment. Okay.
You're not senior. You're just a kiddo.
I know. No, I was just thinking about, can you ebb and flow? So say you're working on some big projects and you're, updating, and then you're done. And then you can be just done. You can just is it?
Well, this is the fun of AI tooling. You may have ebbs and flows. So I may have a major project that I want to do where I might need for a month or two the 500 Bob coins.
Yes.
The problem is once you start using tools for this for your everyday development, this is where, I might ask Bob to do more things.
Yeah.
Some of the use cases that I've done with this is, so I've got this design document. Okay. Let me just save that just so it's saved off. We'll let it finish its work. Okay, we'll approve it. We'll go start on a new task here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give Bob time to create here's the summary of the task. This is all the stuff that he did.
Nice.
The
conversion.
Bob likes to, Bob likes to be clear on, okay, so I've got to write some documentation, or I got to write a summary on something for my boss. So, Bob,
somebody needs a change, or they decided that they don't like the way that UI looks anymore, or
create a short paragraph that describes this program. You can just use it for even small documentation or emails or presentations, or there you go.
Nice.
There's the condensed version of what it does.
Nice.
So I've been using this for all sorts of things on a regular basis, whether it's to help me understand a program, modify, update programs, help me in some of my day-to-day activities. If I want to create test cases for this stuff.
Yeah. Oh, let's talk about testing.
Go off and do that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have can you show where somebody would go to test their changes, or
So
what would they do? Is that maybe the next version?
there will be more stuff when we get to the test mode,
Yeah.
for example. So, for example, in the testing, we actually have some built-in functions that incorporate RPG unit testing suite.
Nice.
But again, even outside of that, if I'm in, my code or advanced mode, I can go ask Bob to go create a RPG unit testing suite. I might need to point it at the RPG unit documentation so that it gets correct. But that's all stuff that I think we have a video out there that actually shows us doing that. But those are things that you can also do.
Mhm.
Um, one of the things that is really amazing about this whole Bob thing, it's very extendable. So there are things in the in the agentic space called an MCP server.
Oh,
And these MCP components allow you to extend Bob to do all sorts of things. So we've had a bunch of customers that have been working with us on Bob since sometime in late October, November timeframe. We've had customers that have connected Bob to their turnover change control management system.
oh, yeah.
They have connected Bob to testing tools like Playwright, for example. So they pointed at the Playwright doc and say, Bob, create me an MCP server that will allow me to drive my testing through Playwright. Things of that nature. I mean, so it really becomes, your imagination becomes your limiter as to what's possible.
Nice. Nice. No, I think that's wonderful. And it's not, and for those who are just coming in and looking at Bob for the first time, it's not just on the IBM I either, on IBM Power. You can use Bob across all of your platforms and applications.
So just to touch on that, because you nailed it. Bob is your entire software. So SDLC, okay. Test for PEG. What does SDLC stand for?
Software Development Lifecycle.
For the win! Look
No
at you!
way.
Look at you go! Look at you go! It's exactly, and it's for all aspects of software, not just IBM I, but you can use it for other platforms, right? Whether you're
Other
writing
languages.
Java code, if you have
Mhm.
Node.js, Python,
Mhm.
right? And it's for all of your business units. It's for your developers, your DevOps stuff, business architects, even decision makers.
Mhm.
This is where Bob really can help
Nice.
your entire team move forward.
Nice. I love that. I love that. So, well, oh
Yeah.
my,
This is one of my favorite slides here because today many of our companies are scared. That's really the bottom line. There's fear because they don't understand their applications because they're complex. They're losing talent because they're retiring and they're getting new skills that maybe don't understand stuff.
yeah, that's fair.
And nobody gets extra resources. Everybody has less resources, right? So how are you to be able to move forward with helping your business if you have all of these constraints, right?
Mhm.
And this is where this tool can really help overcome those fears and overcome those resource reductions or skills concerns. So
Yeah.
it becomes that, if we will, force multiplier.
Yeah. Well, and it's a partner, right? It's
And it's
another staff
absolutely,
member that you don't pay vacation to. You don't have to have benefits for. It
you just
comes
got
in
to
at
feed
a
it some,
pretty low price point.
you just got to feed them some Bob coins from
Yeah.
time to time.
Yeah. And that is pretty affordable, in all things. So, anything else you want to say before we wrap up here, Tim? And I know that you're going to be at Power Up presenting and talking about Bob. I did
I
want to ask
am.
you, is Bob helping you with your presentations? Because I know that sometimes you're sitting in the lobby, at a coffee table the day of. I got to finish up this presentation.
The hour before?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, sometimes I want to make certain that when I give a presentation, I'm actually talking about the most current possible thing, which sometimes, okay, anyways, we'll just use that as one story.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, super excited. At Power Up, there are actually Bob sessions every day of the conference.
Nice.
Both high-level deep dives. I've got a session where some of the folks that have been working with Bob every day are going to talk about how do they use it.
Oh,
so we've got
like,
some of our
real users,
core,
like customers.
So real customer use cases. Nice. How are our customers? So I want them to tell their story on what they've been able to successfully accomplish with Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Super. I also have a fun session. I've got Ann and Ryan. They're going to they use Bob as part of their tooling for doing development as they're building the operating system.
Who is that?
So Ann.
Oh, Ann. Ryan? Oh, yeah. Ann and Ryan. Oh, my gosh. They're going to be awesome.
So, right. I mean, it's going to be fun. So they have a session to talk about how are they putting Bob to work in their everyday life.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. That's going to be great. That's fun.
So,
yeah.
So I just a lot of fun stuff. And then I've also got a brilliant guy that's part of my Bob team, Sanjula. I don't know if you've ever had the chance to hear him, but he's going to be at Power Up too. And he's got some fun deep dive stuff. He's the one that's created all of these testing frameworks that are part of VS Code and Bob. So a lot of really good stuff that we got coming up. So super excited about what Power Up comes.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I'm assuming that you'll be over at the Common Europe Congress as well in June.
Correct. Yeah, actually, Ryan, myself, and Sanjula and Jesse will be at the Common Europe Congress.
Fantastic.
Congress. So yeah, there'll be a lot of good stuff there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Absolutely wonderful. Well, thank you so much for this live demo. Not live, it's recorded, but it's live for you and me.
It was live at some point in time.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you, Tim, so much for that. So let's wrap up with your one incredible thing. I know you've got one.
My one incredible thing. Yeah, well, I got a couple things. So, at Power
I know you always have two.
We have Bob stickers.
Nice.
Aren't they cool?
They are really cute.
IBM centric Bob sticker. So super excited about that. The other thing that I'm super excited about is.
I see. Mm-hmm. I know you guys have you've dropped a couple of shows lately.
We are up actually well over 100 episodes. So I think we're 110, 112. I forget how many we're at, but we're over. We had our centennial episode just a little bit ago.
Nice.
And so we continue to push out all sorts of fun stuff to help our customers with our running with SQL and managing their systems and doing new modern things.
Yeah.
So super excited about that. Actually, we're even going to have an IC video for Bob on GA. That's fun.
That's exciting.
Lots of good stuff there.
Oh my gosh. You and Scott.
That's my one fun thing.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
we still have fun together. Absolutely.
I know. I think that's wonderful. All right. Well, hey, here's my one incredible thing, everybody. I just became a month ago, a Grammy.
Congratulations, Grammy.
Yep, it was a girl. It's a girl, Meredith. Yeah.
Oh, lovely name, Meredith. Meredith what?
Meredith Faye. After her grandma.
Beautiful.
Her great grandma. Her great grandma.
How sweet.
Yeah. So she came early. She was due on my birthday next week, but hey, I was hopeful.
Everybody's healthy and doing well?
Yep, everybody's doing great. So,
great to hear.
I became a Grammy.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. She's my jam right now.
That's
so,
great.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Tim, for being on the show here today and presenting a really excellent overview of Bob. And I know that you'll be presenting at Power Up and then at the Common Europe Congress, but we'll get you back on the show to talk about those advanced features that are coming in the premium. No, not premium version.
The premium package for I.
Premium package for I. So, yep, we'll get you back in and talking about that. So, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate your time.
Thanks. Oh, it's totally a privilege. Thanks for the opportunity, Peg. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.